Welcome, everyone, to the Lions Den here on the campus of Leander High School, where your Leander Lions are getting ready to take on the first place in District 13 6A Vandegrift Vipers. The Lions sitting at second place at 5-2, the Vipers 7-0. We spoke to Coach Bradley pregame, and I'd like to run that interview here real quick. We're about 10 and a half minutes away from tip-off according to the clock, the scoreboard clock, so stay tuned either way because sometimes they cut that short and we get right underway. But we'll go to Coach Bradley's interview now, and we'll be right back after that. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Coach Bradley, head coach of the Leander Lions, as we get ready to wrap up the first half of District 13 6A play with a visit from the first place Vandegrift Vipers. Before we talk about the Vipers, Coach, though, I want to talk about the big win on Saturday of all days against Westwood. There was a little bit of a weather event on Friday. Talk about how that affects the team chemistry, the flow, the schedule that you get used to, and how y'all were able to translate that into a big win.
No problem. Well, one thing we always talk to our guys about is worrying about what you can control. And we couldn't control the weather situation or what time we played the following day or any of that kind of stuff. But what we can control is our ability to defend, take care of the basketball, and do things the right way. And so that's what we talk to our guys about. Hey, fellas, it doesn't matter. We're still going to be on the road. We're still going to play Westwood. You worry about sticking together. You worry about the game plan, and let everything else take care of itself. And that's what we did. And our guys did a fantastic job and came out with a huge road win.
Yeah, and that win there kind of solidified the Lions in second place here in 13-6A as you round the turn here. But talk about that win and specifically some of the play from Saturday, and commend some of those guys.
I thought it was a great collective team effort, on both ends of the floor. We mixed up what we were doing defensively a little bit, and I thought that gave them some issues. I thought on the offensive end, we shared the ball well. I thought we could have taken better care of it. But overall, I thought our execution was pretty good, and when we needed to play, we made some timely baskets. And the fact of the matter is this: in 13-6A, teams that win close games and make plays late and hit timely buckets tend to be the ones that are going to be in the top four, and that's what we did the other night. So I was real pleased with our guys.
Well, and as we round the midway point district, as I've said it like 3 times,
sure,
you find yourself pretty solidly in second place. But that doesn't mean you want to come in and drop tonight's game here at home against the Vipers. Talk about how important it is for your guys to get a win.
This is a big one. We talk about with our guys as well. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And they've had a long run this year. They've won a lot of basketball games, and they're a very talented group. But the fact of the matter is this: our guys, we don't fear anybody. We're going to come out and compete and do the best that we can, and let the cards fall where they may. We like our chances, but we're going to have to do everything. We're going to have to do things the right way on both ends of the floor. So, once the ball goes up, sometimes you can. This tends to be a little kind of a crosstown rival as well. So once the ball goes up, sometimes X's and O's get thrown out the door, and it's about who wants the basketball. Who wants it more. So we're going to find out who wants it tonight.
And it gets pretty rowdy in here.
Yes,
in
it
fact,
will.
They have a big name on their roster, Greg Brown.
Sure.
But Greg Brown has been playing Leander teams for a couple of years now, and Lions have taken him down more than one time.
Sure.
It's not something that Lions are intimidated by.
No, by no means.
And he's not the only player on their team. They're a very deep squad.
They've got a very, very solid group. Their first 5 is as solid as we've seen all year. That's for sure.
And it'll be a good measure for when you kind of expect to be in the playoffs at this point. You want to continue to win out, obviously, but it gives you a good barometer of where you are.
Absolutely.
It's a quality team.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bring home the W. Go Lions.
Thank you. Hey, y'all clear off.
Welcome back, and that was the interview we had pregame with Coach Bradley. Joining me tonight is Martin Cano. Martin, you want to go over the starting lineups there for this evening for us?
Sure, Chuck. For the visiting Vandegrift Vipers, we have, of course, number 4, Greg Brown, 6'9" senior. Number 5, Jake Hatch, 6'4" senior. Number 10, Dominic Chimura, 6' junior. Number 24, Gabe Rayer, 6'6" senior. And number 33, Nolan Milet, 6'6" senior. A lot of height there, Chuck, and definitely senior heavy.
Yeah, that's a very good squad, both offensively and defensively. And as Coach and I talked about, it'll be a good barometer for the Lions. But you can't, win or lose tonight. Even if you take one on the chin here, you're solidly in second place. You positioned yourself as the Lion squad to make a run at the playoffs. Win tonight, you've got a lot of momentum going into that second half of the season.
That's why we play the games.
That's right.
That's why we play the games.
You can only play who's on your schedule, too.
That's exactly right. Starting for the Lions tonight, we have number 0, Zach Meyer, 6'3" senior. Number 10, Michael Sickles, 6'1" senior. Number 11, Sean Colbert, 6' junior. Number 23, Brandon Puckett, 6'2" junior. And number 35, the super junior, Noah Robledo, 6'6".
Yeah, and he was the 13-6A newcomer of the year last season, and getting some early nods for some other honors this season. He's played pretty well for the Lions. The Lions getting big contributions across the board, though, and we've seen from game to game, one or two Lions catch fire, and they're a tough out no matter who they're playing. So
absolutely. We've had a few kids really step up. Defense has been pretty solid almost every game. Coming across with the offense at times, but a lot of team play here, and you can go a long way as a team.
Yeah, and that's just it. It's not an individual sport. It is a team sport. So it's nice to have a guy 6'9" that has a lot of skill, but if the rest of the team doesn't play well with him, Vandegrift doesn't have that great of a record. And we've seen that they are a solid team and not one individual. And so the Lions will have their hands full tonight, but I expect them to compete and potentially pull this out here at home. The Lions Den continues to fill up. We had to rope off some area and get here pretty early to make sure we had a spot because both sides of the Lions Den is filling up. I want to shout out the sponsors who make this broadcast possible. They also make a lot of other things possible that have to do with the Lion program. We want to give them a recognition, and if you can do business with these businesses or these organizations, you can assist them in some way, then certainly do so, because they're here for your Leander Lions. And we'll start off, and their website is on the scoreboard there. You'll see it. It's bradysbridge.org. Bradysbridge.org is a very unique organization. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about what they do, but I encourage you to go to that website and read a little bit about them. It's a short read, and it's inspiring. And if there's someone that they can help or someone that that can assist in their goals, then I would recommend that. Also at the bronze level, we have Linton Dental. That's Linton Dental, their website, lintonsmile.com. We also have Malik & Company. You can reach Malik & Company at 512-587-9127. And then we also have Maddox Insurance Agency. And I'm sorry, Amy, I don't have your phone number, and I don't see a banner on the wall, at least not in my field of vision to read from. But, the Maddoxes are in every Leander event, just about involved everywhere. So.
Good sponsors. We have good sponsors, so we appreciate anyone supporting them as they help support the Lions.
And we also encourage, if you're listening to the audio stream and you are in the Lion family, you can watch these games by video. You just have to reach out to the Booster Club. I recommend you reach out to Melissa Sickles. She generally will have the link for you. Then that way, if you have a relative that's, in another state or too far to be able to make it, they can still see their relative play. Now we're going to have a real treat here for the national anthem. Playing the national anthem on the electric guitar will be Will Ankeny, and I'm going to turn the crowd mic on. We're going to go off here, Martin. We'll get to it here momentarily, but we're going to be ready. I've got the crowd mic on, Don't want to miss even the beginning of it because he's setting up his amp. You can see there on the film, if you're here on video, he's right across mid-court on the visitor's side, right in front of Vandegrift. And got a nice Les Paul, looks like.
Very nice looking.
We'll see what he can do here. And it's always a impressive feat to hear the national anthem on the electric guitar.
Leander's lucky. We have a lot of talented kids here at this high school.
You know, and it's a breadth of talent. It's not all focused in any one thing. It's all over the school. And so we're going to go or turn our mics down a little bit, okay?
Welcome to the Lions Den at Leander High School. We have a great varsity matchup between the Vandegrift Vipers and your Leander Lions. At this time, we please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Tonight, we have Will Ankeny, a senior at Leander High School and a member of the Leander High School band, who will be playing our national anthem.
Quite impressive.
Very impressive.
Yeah, you know, and you generally see a kid with an electric guitar in high school, you think he's a rocker, right? That boy's got some dusty boots on.
He does.
Playing some serious country on that Les Paul.
You know it.
That's the way you make money in Austin, Texas, playing live music. It has to be country or blues. You can't make any money.
If you're a good guitar player, people will seek you out.
That's true. That's about the only way you can play a little bit of rock, is if you're really like a just a virtuoso kind of guy. Eric Johnson or something. Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Ray.
So this is the Viper lineup being announced now. We had already covered that earlier, but we'll make sure we turn the mic back up for the Lions roster. You're going to hear a lot of these guys' names repeatedly tonight. It'll take me a few minutes to get comfortable with the Vandegrift Viper team, but I'm feeling pretty good about the Lions at this point. Let's listen to the Lions starting lineup.
And now, the starting lineup for your Leander Lions. Number 0, 6'4" senior, Zach Meyer. Number 10, 6'1" senior, Michael Sickle. Number 11, 5'10" junior, Sean Colbert. Number 23, 6'1" junior, Brandon Puckett. And number 35, 6'5" junior, Noah Robledo. The Lions They're coached by Clint Bradley and assisted by Michael Toots, Jeremy Fry, and Ryan Kane.
We're getting ready here to tip off, and we'll get underway. I'll turn the crowd mic down a little bit. You'll still be able to hear the fans get rowdy, but you'll probably hear me and Martin be a little bit rowdy as well.
We're going to try. It's going to be loud in the den.
We're going to do our best here to bring you, if you're listening, the best description possible of an exciting game. If you're watching on video, hope I don't make it look sound worse than it looks. Robledo will tip here against Greg Brown. So both teams key players in. Tip-off goes the lines. Is Robledo able to get the fingers on it? Colbert will handle the basketball. He'll pass over to Meyer near the top of the key. Back over to Colbert. Deep right wing. They kick it down to the corner. Robledo, and they'll kick it back out. Round the horn to Puckett, then to Sickles, over to Meyer, top of the key. Lions working it around the arch. Colbert probes the baseline, kicks it back out. Robledo, three-pointer off the front iron, no good. Rebound, Greg Brown for the Vipers. He pushes the other way and forcing the issue. It's going to go out of bounds. Pass intended there for number 24, Gabe Bayer, and he was Rayer actually. He was unable to handle that hot pass from Greg Brown, and Colbert will take it across the timeline for the Lions with 7:15. We're still scoreless here in the first. Colbert with the Puckett with the basketball now. Pass from Puckett, stolen by Brown, then poked away by Meyer. Puckett with the basketball back over to Colbert. Colbert kicks it over to Robledo. Robledo starts to drive, pulls back up, is going to have a deep two-pointer, knocks it down as you can hear the crowd go a little crazy. 2-0 Lion lead. Greg Brown with the basketball for the Vipers. 6:48 left in the first period. He'll pass it over to Hatch. Hatch working against Puckett. He'll get it over to Milet and then over to Rayer and then Brown. Along the baseline, Sickles in the passing lane with a steal from Hatch. Colbert with the basketball for the Lions. Dribbles inside the arc, kicks it out to Robledo, deep left wing. Robledo goes baseline, pulls up with a jumper from about 12 feet and knocks it down. 4-0, Lions get an early lead here. Handling the rock now is going to be Dominic Schmures. Vipers working it around. Greg Brown with a deep three-pointer, and he nails it, and that was from that's from Rouse High School just about.
Definitely downtown.
So Lions work it into the near court. Sickles with the basketball near the wing. He passes over to Meyer. Meyer hands it to Sickles. Three-pointer. Off the back iron, no good. And we have a foul call. It's going to go against Brandon Puckett. That'll be his first. Score is 5-3. Lions on top. We're at 5:38 on the clock. Chimura with the basketball, kicks it over to Hatch. They get it down in the corner to Milet. Rayer to Brown. Brown in deep corner, pulls up. Gets it over to Chimura. Chimura in the corner, and that's going to be Milet with a three-pointer, and that'll give the Vipers their first lead of the day, or the evening rather, 6-5. Lions in the near court. Robledo with the basketball, kicks it over to Puckett. Puckett dribbling near the right wing, passes to Meyer, top of the key, over to Colbert, left wing. Colbert pulls up, passes to Puckett. Puckett resets, passes over to Sickles, right wing. Sickles dribbles in, passes Robledo. Robledo over to Colbert. Lions reset, 4:44 on the clock. Robledo with the basketball, over to Puckett. Then to Sickles, right wing. Colbert inside the arc with a two-pointer, and he knocks it down. 7-6 Lion lead.
Nice pull-up by Sean.
Yeah, good solid shot there, jump shot. Hatch with the basketball now, passes over to Chimura. Chimura gets it down to Milet. Three-pointer, In and out, rebound to Puckett. Puckett gets it over to Colbert, and the Lions push it across the midcourt stripe. Colbert near the left wing. Fakes the shot, passes over to Puckett. Puckett dribbles inside the arc, goes to the basket. Too much, and it rolls around the rim. Brown with a rebound, and the Vipers going the other way. Lions still on top 7-6. Brown gets it down low to Chimura. Chimura works it back outside. Three-point shot from Rayer, no good, and he knocks it out of bounds. Nope, they're going to call it out of bounds on the Lions. Looked like Rayer got a hand on that one in the crowd, letting them hear it. Score 7-6. Milet in the corner. Chimura inbounds. Gets the pass back and nails a three-pointer from the deep corner. It's 9-7, and we have a whistle. They're going to call a foul on top of the three-pointer on Brandon Puckett. That's going to be his second. Coach Bradley, none too pleased with that call. So what, did they wave off the shot? No, they didn't wave the shot off.
I think it was after
the shot. Okay. So Vandegrift basketball after a three-point shot. Brown with the basketball, top of the key, pulls up three-pointer. Off the back iron, no good. Meyer with a rebound. We got an over the back against the Vipers, Nolan Milet. Robledo inbounds the basketball to Colbert. He has it in the backcourt with 3.5 minutes in the first period. Dribbles in the near court, passes to Robledo. Top of the key, three-point shot. Off the iron, no good. Rebound Youngblood, back over to Colbert, drives the lane. Nice move, but the layup no good. It's going to be off of Meyer, out of bounds to the Vipers.
Very nice, solid move to the inside.
Yeah, you just got to finish there. Chimura handling the basketball for the Vipers now. 3:10 left in the first period. They lead 9-7. Vipers working it around the arch. They get it inside the lane to Brown. He passes over to Milet for a two-pointer, 11-7. Colbert with the basketball for Leander, 2:54 left in the period. Dribbles down the right side of the arc, hands to Youngblood. Youngblood backs out, passes back over to Colbert on the right wing. Colbert sends Youngblood back down, pulls back out top of the key, passes Sickles left wing, back to Colbert, top of the wing, back to Youngblood, cross court to Sickles, same in the left wing, back out to Colbert, 2:28. Lions reset, back to Sickles. Sickles over to Colbert. Colbert breaks down the defense, dribbles inside the arc, pulls up and knocks down about a 12-footer for a 11-9 score. Brown with the basketball, pulls up from left wing and nails a three. Yeah, if he's going to shoot like that, it's going to be a tough night. Colbert with the basketball now, 2:03 on the clock here in the first period. 14-9 the score. Youngblood with the basketball, back out to Colbert. Colbert dribbles down the lane, passes out to Sickles in the corner. Three-pointers in and out. Brown with a rebound. He fires it up court to Chimura. His layup is no good. The Lions finally get down there defensively. Hatch with the basketball, pulls out for a three and knocks it down. 17-9. And there's a timeout, Lions, with 1:36 on the clock.
Vandegrift is shooting lights out.
Yeah, you know, when Greg Brown pulls up from Rouse High School and knocks down a couple of three-pointers, you know, it could be a long night.
Yes, sir.
But the Lions, you know, they tried to get a hand in his face, but when you're all the way out that far, you know, they're going to have to pull out and make him dribble by them.
They're going to have to put some pressure on him, and he is getting a little help from his teammates as well.
And, you know, as Coach Bradley mentioned pregame, this is a solid squad. He said it was the best starting five that the Lions have seen. So, and we've seen, obviously, they play pretty well.
Yes, they've played really well.
Because it's not just Greg Brown with 17 points.
Yes, sir.
Got a couple of other guys that are nailing some threes at the moment. But Lions trailing right now by 8. That's not a significant lead. And, you know, we've been down by this numerous times and come back and won by double that. So we'll see. To inbound the ball will be Michael Sickles. They're waiting for the timeout clock to run down. The timeout clock is in. 17-9. Colbert with the basketball. Dribbles into the near court, passes to Sickles on the right wing. Fires it down low in the corner to Loof. They get it inside of Robledo on the block. He turns and is fouled. Looks like that foul's probably going to go against Rayer. It is. Gabe Rayer. Hoping they would call Brown with that.
Rayer was definitely making sure that everyone noticed he was the one that committed the foul.
Yeah. But then there were two guys there. Looked like Rayer committed the foul to me as well.
He did, yes.
But he wants to be sure that's part of his contribution.
Yes.
Keep Brown on the court. First free throw good from Robledo. That'll make the score 17-10 with 1:27 on the first period clock. Robledo sporting a new do. Second free throw down, 17-11. Chimera with the basketball, guarded by Colbert. He'll kick it over to Brown on the left wing. Back to Chimera, then to Hatch. Hatch right wing, kicks it down to the corner for Rayer. They spin it back around the arch to Brown for a three-pointer, left corner, no good. Put back, no good from Hatch. Rebound Sickles. Robledo with the basketball now. We're at a minute left in the period. He'll hand it to Colbert in the near court. Colbert passes Youngblood on the wing, back to Colbert, top of the key. We're at 50 seconds. Colbert dribbling around left wing, passes back to Youngblood, then to Colbert, back to Robledo, right wing. Robledo pulls up three-pointer, drains it, nailed it. 17-14. Chimera with the basketball, 30 seconds on the clock. Brown starts his dribble, pulls up. Chimera, three-pointer in and out. Rebound Sickles up to Colbert with 20 seconds on the clock. He pulls up, decides to try to go baseline with Brown and dribbled it off his foot. Going to be a turnover by the Lions with 16.6 seconds left here in the first period. Hatch will inbound for the Vipers on the baseline. We got a substitution. Brown going to get some rest here. So Chimera with the basketball, dribbles into the near court, passes over to Hatch right wing. He dribbles to the top of the key, then over to Oliver. Oliver over to Rayer, and is stolen by the Lions. Youngblood with the basketball in the lane. Down to 3 seconds in the near court. Sickles with a three-point shot off the front iron, no good. There could have been a foul on that, but they did not call it. So we'll move to the second period. Your score, Vandegrift 17, Leander 14. What a ball game so far.
Solid first quarter.
Well, and we knew it was going to be a battle. The Lions got down 8, and they battle back and get 6 quick points to cut the lead, or 5 quick points to cut the lead to 3. And so we'll move into the second period here and continue the excitement.
Yes, we had a couple of good chances there at the end of the quarter, but unable to convert, but still solid play.
I want to mention the Lions have a bye week on Friday, so there won't be a game. But make sure you tune back in the following Tuesday as we get started right back up with Stony Point here.
Yes, sir.
And Stony Point, we owe them one.
We owe them a big one, Chuck.
Yeah, because they were able to steal one from us there in their gym. And
they were.
Otherwise, we'd only be a game down from these Vipers. You know, the Lions were, probably about 8 points, maybe 10 points away from being perfect in district play. So, and we're seeing quality play from both teams here tonight. So we'll see here as we get started in the second period. Vipers will be inbounding from the midcourt visitor side. Brown to Chimera, back to Brown, back to Chimera, across to Hatch. Down low, Brown with an alley-oop, missed it off the back iron. He snuck down the baseline. Hatch with a good pass, but he missed it. Chimera three-pointer in and out. Loof with the rebound, and the Lions work it back the other way. He tried to do too much of a show. It'll backfire. Colbert with a jumper inside the arch, no good. Rebound goes to Oliver, then to Brown. Brown in the baseline, knocks Loof out of the way. And then finally a whistle call, and they're going to call it on Loof. Unbelievable.
A lot of contact down there.
You know, just because his name's Greg Brown doesn't mean he doesn't commit fouls. I mean, he's obviously a good player. Not saying that. Brown will step to the stripe here. 7:24 on the clock. The Leander student section getting rowdy. You can hear them over the crowd, Mike. Hope you can hear us over them. Because they are letting Brown know it. First free throw is no good, in and out.
We'll take that all night.
Yeah, especially after the miss alley-oop, which, you know, that's a house rim rattler that he was going for there. I mean, he jammed it so hard off that back iron, it almost went out of bounds in the Vandegrift stands.
And he was way above the rim.
Yeah, he was. He made it look easy, too. He knocks down the second one, 18-14, puts his hand to his ear to hear the line. Student section, Line's working it around. Sickles with the basketball. Passes down in the lane to Robledo. Turnaround jumper is good. Robledo showing that he's got a lot of skill from all over the court. 7:03. He's like, hey, Greg Brown's not the only player here.
That's exactly right.
Greg Brown with the basketball for the Vipers. Kicks it over to Chimura, back to Brown. Brown dribbling in the lane. They're going to call him with a charge. Great defense from Colbert. Fantastic. Lions will inbound under the basket.
Solid defense.
And the Lion faithful giving him the "you can't do that" chant. Colbert with the basketball. 6:52 on the clock. Lions trail by 2. Pass over to Youngblood, back to Colbert. There was a steal attempt, so Colbert able to dribble in the lane. Brown rejects him. Chimura gets the rebound in 2 hats. Youngblood with a steal, and they're going to get him with his foot on the line on the save attempt. What an athletic play by Youngblood to make that attempt.
Incredible hustle.
And that's why you continue to play hard. The crowd giving them the business here. Not sure what happened there.
They just gave a warning to Greg Brown and Zach Meyer. They were having a few words.
Oh, yeah. Little leaning on each other. They try to get to Brown in the lane. He's able to knock down a runner there and get a foul called against the Lion. Looks like that's going to go against Robledo. I think they called it on Robledo. 6:37 is the time remaining in the half. It's 20-16 Vipers. Brown at the line, knocks it down. It's a 21-16 score now. Colbert with the basketball, dribbling across the Lion head at midcourt, passes over to Sickles in the deep right wing, back to Colbert. Colbert gets it inside the arc to Robledo, turns and hits a jumper from about, 16 feet, 21-18. Brown dribbling the basketball in the near court, pulls up from top of the key and knocks down a 3 with Meyer, hand in his face. 24-18, Lions with the basketball. Colbert with it, passes to Robledo, 6:02 on the clock. Deep 3 from Robledo, he just pulled up and missed it entirely from inside. He wanted to show that he could match it, but you got to take better shots. 5:56 on the clock, 18-24 is the score. Rayer inbounds. Bryce Friday with the basketball for the Vipers. He'll kick it back over to Rayer. Then Brown with a deep 3. Off the rim, no good. Robledo quickly pushing it back the other way. Pulls up his dribble, passes over to Colbert, left wing. Colbert dribbles inside the arc, goes baseline, passes out to Youngblood, then to Robledo at the top of the key. 2 Vipers collapse. Then Youngblood over to Sickles, right corner. 3-pointer's good. 24-21. Dagger from Sickles in the corner. 5:15 on the clock.
Some good passing.
Rayer with the basketball, gets it down to Brown in the corner. Robledo there defensively with him. Robledo, or the shot from Brown, no good. Youngblood rebound, Sickles, and then Colbert with the basketball under 5 minutes. Colbert dribbles to the top of the key, showing some skills, gets inside the arch, pulls up a jumper, knocks it down. 24-23 is your score. Friday with the basketball. Just the facts, ma'am. Passes over to Chimura. Down in the corner to Rayer. Out to Chimura and then over to Brown. Brown dribbles inside. He's going to have a – that should be a charge.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
Great defense from Sickles. And the Lions are feeling it here with 4:29 on the clock. 24-23, your score.
Exciting.
I told you it was going to be a good game.
Brown's getting a rest on that.
They'll bring the ball into Colbert with 4:25 and counting. He'll dribble into the near court. Lions trail by 1. He's just a little run here, a little run there from each team. Sickles with the basketball, gets it in on the block to Robledo. Robledo looking to turn. They double him. And then we have it's going to be out on the Vipers as Rayer got a steal, but he couldn't find anybody to pass it to as he tipped along the line there and caught his foot on the baseline, 4:10.
Good opportunity here for the Lions.
Yeah, let's see if they can get something off this inbound here with a good play. They get it into Colbert, trying to get it back to Robledo on the block, and Vipers ready for that. They pass it to Meyer. Meyer in on the right side of the lane, misses the shot. Robledo rebound and put back, and the Lions have the lead again, 25-24. Milet inbounds to Friday, and we're going to have a whistle. Maybe a blood situation usually. Yeah, there's some moisture on the court. They got to get that dried up. Don't want anybody twisting their ankle at the midway point of the season on somebody's sweat.
Absolutely not.
We got a lot of game to play here, and we got a lot of basketball to play left in this season. So 3:48 on the clock. Viper basketball. Hatch inbounds to Friday. Friday dribbles into the near court, pass over to Rayer, back to Hatch. Hatch passes over to Milet, and they get it over to Rayer, Chimura, and then Hatch inside to Milet. His shot, no good. Put back by Rayer, no good, but we have a foul against Youngblood of Leander. So that'll put Rayer on the line with a 1-for-1, 3:30 on the clock. Yeah, we're going to have to try to get some stats from the scorers table so we can provide that for the early second half. First free throw attempt from Gabe Rayer is in and out. Score remains 25-24. Second free throw attempt from Rayer. That one's good. Tie ball game. Knotted at 25. Sickles into Colbert with 3.5 and counting. Colbert in the near court, passes over to Burnett. Burnett hands it to Sickles. Sickles to Youngblood. Youngblood over to Colbert. Colbert dribbles to his right, passes to Burnett. Burnett to Sickles. Nice pick from Burnett, gives Sickles a chance to go down the lane. He kicks it out to Colbert. Back to Youngblood, left wing. Off the back iron, no good on the three-point attempt. Rebound goes to Rayer of the Vipers. 2:57 on the clock. Pass to Chimura, right wing. Back out to Rayer, top of the key. Swings it over to Friday, left wing. Then to Chimura, back to Hatch. They get it out to Milet. And then it's Friday at the top of the key, and the Vipers working around the arch. Lions not giving them any easy buckets. Collapsing on the shooters and cutting off the pathway to the basket of the drivers. Rayer with the basketball now. Gets to Milet. From the corner, Hatch knocks down a three for the Vipers. 28-25 is the score. 2:14 on the clock. Colbert with the basketball for Leander. Dribbles across the timeline. Dribbles towards Coach Bradley so he can hear instruction. Coach Bradley barking out instruction to the rest of the team as well. Colbert starts to dribble in, loses the dribble, able to get it back. Hands to Youngblood, passes out to Burnett and then to Sickles. Sickles over to Meyer, top of the key. Pass to Youngblood, left wing. He'll get it to Burnett, right wing. And he'll hand it off to Colbert in the right corner. Colbert head fake, dribbles into the arch. Another head fake, off the glass, good. What a nice shot from Colbert, playing excellently tonight.
Very, very good shot.
Rayer with the basketball for the Vipers, kicks it over to Friday. Deep right wing, he'll kick it over to Hatch at the left wing. He'll toss it over to Chimura, top of the key. Then Rayer, or that's Milet rather. They get it down to the corner for Hatch, three-pointer off the back iron, no good. Sickles rebound over to Colbert, 1:03 on the clock. Colbert slows the dribble. Lions looking to play for the lead here with under a minute in the half. And the Vipers okay with letting them as they don't come out to force the issue at all. Hatch and crew waiting. Brown getting plenty of rest here to close out the half.
Yes, he is.
Colbert starts his dribble in. They kick it back out to Youngblood. We're at 35 seconds on the clock. Youngblood to Meyer. Meyer back out to Colbert. We're at 30 seconds. Colbert dribbling near the Lions' head. Hatch comes out to force the issue. Pass to Sickles, then out to Burnett. Burnett's pass to Youngblood poked out by Chimura, but it will be Lion basketball with 18.35 seconds. Robledo will get back in for the last few seconds here. Burnett will come out. So Robledo will inbound near the scorer's table. And he'll pass it into Colbert with 18 seconds and counting. Colbert dribbling the basketball, gets it over to Youngblood. They get it over to Sickles on the left wing. Sickles works his way back across the court. Backs up, breaks down the defense, pulls up a jumper about 12 feet off the back iron, no good. Rebound Vandegrift, and we have a shot into the scoreboard. So that'll be no good, and we'll go to the halftime. The Vipers leading the Lions by a score of 28-27. If you told me we'd be down one at halftime, I'd take that.
Every day we'll take that. Solid play.
Yeah, great play. We'll get the stats for you for the second half. We're going to turn on some music. You're going to see the Bluebells perform, but we can't play the audio during their performance because it's licensed music, and we haven't paid the license. The Bluebells probably have, but SHN Sports hasn't. So we'll go down on the crowd mic, and we'll turn up a little bit of music, and we'll be back for the second half. Stay tuned. Lion basketball on SHN Sports. Welcome back to the Den, the Lions Den on the campus of Leander High School, where the Lions are getting ready to start the second half of the Vipers. And we're underway, actually. Colbert with the basketball for Leander as we get underway here in the third period. Lions working the ball around. Meyer with the basketball over to Puckett, then Colbert. Colbert gets it over to Robledo in the corner. Three-point shot off the front iron, no good. Rebound Brown. Vipers working it back the other way. And we're going to have a blocking foul called on Colbert as the Vipers try to fast break Rayer down the lane quickly, and he'll go to the line here with about 7:34. So we're only about 30 seconds off the clock, and we're already dealing with fouls and to the balls, driving to the basket and all of that. So.
That was a tough call on Colbert there.
Yeah, I think that's his first foul, though, so he's not in any kind of trouble with it. First free throw from Rayer is good.
I think Puckett may be the only person, Chuck, with 2.
I believe you're correct. And I think there's probably 4, maybe 5 lines with 1. Of course, they start the count over for the bonus in the second half. Second free throw made by Rayer. It's a 30-27 score. Colbert with the basketball, dribbles in the near court, passes to Robledo near the right wing. He'll get it to Meyer in the lane. Meyer kicks it back out to Sickles. Three-pointer off the front iron, no good. Meyer crashes the board over Brown. Unable to get the rebound, though, knocks it out of bounds. Viper ball.
Good look for Sickles there, just wouldn't fall.
Yeah, just a little bit, not quite enough on it. Chimura with the basketball. He passes over to Rayer. Back out to Chimura near the top of the key. He tries to get it to Brown on the baseline. Brown tries to go baseline. Robledo there, and they get him with a travel as he bounces, trying to get Robledo off of his feet, and the Lions will have the basketball with 7:01 on the clock. Sickles to Colbert. Colbert in the backcourt, dribbles in the near court. Student section getting rowdy again. Lions passing the ball around. Sickles with it, now over to Colbert, right wing. Colbert dribbles near the arch, pulls up, passes to Puckett. Puckett hands to Sickles. Sickles head fake on a three-pointer, then out to Myers near the top of the key. He'll get it to Robledo. Robledo goes baseline, spins, and ball knocked out, and it's going to be out of bounds on Vandegrift as Hatch tried to make a save, but he couldn't stay in the air long enough to get the ball back in bounds.
Right idea by Noah, just
yeah, it was a good spin move, and it looked like there could have been a foul called on Rayer, but ref acted like maybe he got all ball. They get it into Sickles, and Sickles is fouled on a fake shot attempt, and then he goes to drive, and that was Chimura with the foul. And so the Lions will have it, non-shooting foul. Puckett will inbound near the Lion cheerleaders on the Viper side. 6:27 on the clock. Cross court to Sickles. He gets it to Colbert. Colbert dribbles near the left wing, pulls up, passes to Robledo near left wing. Robledo backs out, gets it to Puck. Dribbles in, back out. Loses a little bit of the handle, gets it to Sickles. Then Meyer. Meyer hands it to Colbert, 6:07 on the clock. Colbert thinks about shooting, passes over to Puckett. Puckett to Sickles, right wing. Sickles dribbles in, tries to get a pass in the baseline. Poked away by the Vipers. Rayer with the basketball from Brown. No good on the layup. Robledo with a rebound, 5:49 and counting. Robledo dribbling in the near court for the Lions. Rayer, the defender, he'll get it over to Sickles. Will Robledo, and Sickles over to Colbert. Colbert dribbles near right wing, being guarded by Hatch. Pass to Meyer. Meyer with a three-point attempt. Oh. Off the back of the glass, good, and we are tied. 5:22. Brown flopped. Meyer had an open shot, took it off the glass. Brown tries to answer in and out on that three-pointer, no good. Rebound Robledo. He'll get it over to Colbert, and they continue to push the basketball. 5:07. We're knotted at 30. Colbert goes baseline, switches to the left hand off the side of the backboard, and we have a rebound to Brown, and they're going to call a foul on Meyer as he went for that rebound as well.
He did. A little
Couldn't
too
quite
much
get
body.
as high up as Brown, and he did put a little body into it.
He did.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do to get that rebound. If you get called, it's a foul. If you don't, it's not. Vipers working the ball around. Chimera with it, gets it into Brown in the lane. And there's a foul on the shot, and he has so much strength that even though that was mostly ball, he was able to get it up over the rim and make the basket. 32-30.
That was on Puckett.
Oh, they gave him the basket. Okay, so he'll just get a one free throw here. Crowd doesn't like that they gave him that basket, and it's 33-30. A little bit of a continuance, as they say. Robledo with the basketball over to Puckett. Puckett dribbling near the left wing, gets it over to Burnett. Oh, no, that's Meyer. Then to Sickles, over to Puckett. Puckett to Colbert on the left wing. Colbert starts his dribble, picks it back up, hands it to Puckett. Pass over to Meyer, right wing. Meyer goes baseline. Brown there defensively, and he knocks it out. Good block shot. Good movement by Meyer as he got Brown up. But one of the impressive things about Greg Brown is he jumped, got back down and jumped back up and was able to make the block. Pretty impressive. Colbert with the basketball now for the Lions. Fakes a three-pointer, kicks it out to Robledo. Robledo starts to his right, dribbles back left. Off his foot, Sickles gets the loose ball. Fakes a pass, then does pass to Puckett. Puckett gives it to Colbert. Coach Bradley gives a new play. Lions reset, 4 minutes on the clock. They get it to Puckett in the corner. Puckett gets it to Sickles in the lane. Sickles dribbles back out, passes to Colbert. Lions reset, 3:49. Pass to Puckett, top of the key. He dribbles in, backs back out. Pass to Robledo, right wing. Gets a screen from Puckett. And they're going to call a foul on Puckett. 3:39 on the clock. Vipers lead 33-30. They'll have the basketball near the line bench.
That's two quick ones on Brandon here in the third quarter.
Tough call. You can see by the look on his face, he doesn't even know what he did. Chimera with the basketball for the Vipers. He gets it over to Rayner, then back to Chimera, back to Rayner, then to Greg Brown near right wing. He'll pass it cross court to Hatch, then Chimera in the corner. He'll go baseline, and then he passes over to Rayner for the layup. Good ball movement there by the Vipers, 35-30. Colbert with the basketball for the Lions. Dribbling in the near court with 3:12 on the clock. Passes across to Robledo. Robledo dribbles near right wing, pulls up his dribble, passes to Sickles in the right corner. They get it back to Meyer, right wing, and we're going to have a timeout from the bench with 3:01 on the clock. Let's do a real quick shout out to the Booster Club sponsors. As you see there on your scoreboard, bradysbridge.org, that's our platinum sponsor. We ask that you visit that website, take a few minutes, familiarize yourself with what they do, and ask yourself, is there something I can do to help this organization? Or is there someone that I know that could use the help of this organization? And, connect with the folks there, and, that's what they do.
Good
and
organization.
It is very impressive. And we also want to shout out the bronze sponsor. That's Malik & Company, Linton Dental, and, of course, Amy Maddox with the Maddox Allstate. Now, it's not Allstate that I think there's a conspiracy in the NFL not to get off topic. But isn't it odd that maybe Aaron Rodgers and what's his name from the Chiefs may end up in the Super Bowl?
Pat Mahomes.
And they're both State Farm.
Make a great commercial.
Both State Farm spokesmen. Seems a little suspicious to me. Maybe it's the conspiracy theorist in me, but what are you going to do? 3:01 on the clock. We're in the third period. Sickles inbounds to Colbert. Colbert starts his dribble. Chimera comes out to guard. Clock ticking over to Sickles, then back to Chimura. Or not Chimura, Colbert. Chimura defending Colbert. Colbert with the basketball from Youngblood, back to Youngblood. Chimura steals the pass from Youngblood to Colbert, and he gets a layup. Colbert did a great job of trying to defend that, but Chimura able to finish 37-30, 2:33 on the clock. Lions have been down by as many as 8. Pass over to Youngblood in the corner, in and out, no good. Rebound Brown. That three-point attempt was a pretty good shot from Youngblood, couldn't hit it. Chimura from the corner for the Vipers, no good. Colbert with a rebound, and he's fouled by Hatch. And that'll be the second team foul on the Vipers. The Lions have 4. 2:15 on the clock here in the third period. Sickles inbounds to Colbert. Lions with the basketball, 2:10 on the clock. Colbert into the near court, passes to Sickles near right wing. Sickles gets it down the corner to Meyer. Meyer looking to pass, back out to Sickles, then to Colbert. Under 2 minutes. Robledo with the basketball now from Colbert. Dribbles his shot, poked away by Rayner. Sickles gets the loose ball and gets it over to Colbert. Lions reset. Meyer with the screen. Handoff from Colbert to Sickles. Lions work the ball around. Youngblood with the basketball now over to Colbert, right wing. Colbert gets it down on the block to Robledo with a double fake, and we have a foul and a block shot from Brown. They're going to call the foul on Milet. So 1:27 on the clock here. Noah Robledo will go to the line. He'll have he'll have 2 shots because that was a shooting foul.
Been a much slower quarter than the previous 2.
Both teams have shorn up their defense a little bit, and the aggressive nature and pace really hasn't slowed, but the hotness of the shooting, it has quelled a little. We'll see if Robledo can knock these free throws down to cut it to 5. First attempt is good. 37-31. Crowd still rowdy here in the Lions Den. Vipers traveling pretty well tonight. Robledo lining up the second free throw. Shot is up, and it's good. 37-32, your score. Rayner with the basketball over to Chimura. He'll pass it back to Rayner after thinking about Brown. They get it to Brown inside. Now they get it to Milet in the lane. No good. Hatch rebound. Then Youngblood steals it. Pass to Sickles. Sickles in the near court. Near the left wing. Drives baseline. Wraps it over to Robledo. Head fake, and he gets Brown in the air and is able to lay it in. 37-34. Nice head fake. Rayner passes over to Chimura. We're under a minute here in the third period. Rayner with the basketball, kicks it back out to Chimura, top of the key. Brown, left wing, three-point shot off the back iron, no good. Rebound Sickles, 46 seconds. Sickles pushes it, drives blocked off the backboard by Brown, then the pass to Rayner for a dunk. 39-34. Rayner showing he's got a little ups.
That was a quick exchange.
Colbert with the basketball now for the Lions. We're under 25 seconds in the third period. Passes over to Sickles on the left wing. Sickles dribbles to his left. Chimura providing the defense. Colbert gets the basketball. Three-pointer from Robledo off the iron, no good. Rebound Brown, 10 seconds. He gets it over to Rayner, who flings it to Milik in the corner. Three-pointer, no good, poked away. Hatch to Brown. Brown will take a three-pointer, and it's no good. The score will remain 39-34. Vipers as we head into the fourth and final period.
Well, still a close game. We're hanging in there.
Hey, again, if you tell me going into the fourth period we're down 5 to the 7-0 in 13-6A Vandegrift Vipers, I'm telling you, I'll take that.
I'll take it too.
Because none of our players are in foul trouble, and any one of them could heat up, and it could be the difference in this game.
Yes, it could. Got 1 quarter left, some solid basketball.
Yeah, I think at least you play hard this quarter, regardless of the outcome. I think you're pretty pleased with the effort if you're Coach Bradley. And, you know, if you're Lion faithful, you're certainly proud of the effort to this point. But this ball game is nowhere near over, and the Lions could easily make a run. They've made a couple of runs. They've been down 8, and they've been down 7 at least twice, and have made rallies back to tie and even take the lead.
Been a solid effort tonight. Like you say, one more quarter, we can easily make a run.
You know, there's a reason these two teams are sitting 1 and 2 on 13-6A, and you can tell by the score and the level of play that these two are quality basketball teams. So it will be Viper basketball to open the period. Hatch will inbound. It gets it to Chimera. Dribbles into the near court, passes to Brown on the left wing. Brown passes back to Chimera. Then to Hatch on the right wing. We have a foul away from the basket ball, and it's going to be a foul on Robledo. And Robledo was the one on the ground, so I'm not really sure how that worked out, but I didn't really see it. So
I didn't see it either, Chuck.
It was over in the corner away from the basketball. Vipers inbound it. Rayner then to Chimera. Chimera almost travels. They get it to Rayner in the lane. He kicks it back out to Hatch, who dribbles in and gets a layup. Pretty good ball movement there from the Vipers. 41-34. Colbert with the basketball, 7:35 on the clock. To Puckett, then to Robledo. Robledo goes baseline on Rayner. And Rayner with a foul. He thinks he got a block. He's not happy. He goes running down the court.
Teed him up.
They teed him up as well. You can't have that kind of reaction. So the Lions with a little bit of opportunity that they need to take advantage of. As Gabe Rayer, I keep calling him Rayner, it's Rayer. Rayer thought he had a block, a clean block, but he got a lot of that forearm of Robledo as he went for that layup, and then his reaction caused him to get teed up. Robledo's first free throw off the back iron, no good. Now these are the free throws for the foul, the shooting foul, and so he makes the second. 41-35 now the score. And this is the technical free throw. And it's good. 41-36. Oh, he's getting 2 technicals. That shot is good. And so it's 41-37, and the Lions will have the basketball as well.
Good play, good opportunity to turn this right back around.
Yeah, here late in the, early fourth, but late in the ball game, 7.5 minutes on the clock. 41-37 your score. Puckett gets it to Colbert, and the clock counts. Colbert holds the basketball. Hatch comes out to force the issue. Colbert dribbles to his right, works with the Loof Puckett screen, then dribbles up near left wing. Passes to Puckett, top of the key, then to Robledo, right wing. Robledo fakes right, goes back left, pulls up for a 3, and it's good as he nails it. 41-40, your score. Chimera with the basketball for the Vipers. We're under 7 minutes. Brown, three-pointer. He answers 44-40 as he's shooting from NBA range easy. 6:48 on the clock.
That was another shot from downtown.
Colbert with the basketball, 44-40, Vipers on top. Pass to Loof, top of the key. Loof gets it over to Puckett. Puckett drives, and they're going to call a forearm on Puckett, and that was a bit of a flop, in my opinion.
That's 5.
And the Lion crowd as well.
5 on Brandon.
Is it? So Meyer comes in, Puckett not happy. The junior will have other games. Chimera with the basketball, 6:30 on the clock. Dribbles in the near court, passes to Hatch, back to Chimera, then to Brown. Brown near the right wing, guarded by Robledo. Three-pointer off the front iron, no good. They're going to call a foul, a three-pointer, and it's going to be on Robledo. Robledo talking to the other referee, trying to understand what he got called for. Ref indicating he touched his elbow, a delicate elbow. 44-40, 6:21. Brown steps to the line with his pink and yellow shoes. First free throw attempt is good. 45-40. Crowd trying to get in his head a little bit.
They're working on it. A little noise.
Hey, whatever it takes,
a little
right?
noise never hurt.
Even if it doesn't work. Second free throw good. Don't make me pull out the old Noonan hex. For you old golfers, you know what reference that. 46-40, 6:21 on the clock. Brown lining up his third free throw attempt. And it's good. 47-40. Colbert with the basketball for the Lions. Colbert in the near court. Picks up his dribble. Slows it down, rather. Dribbles down the lane. Picks up his dribble. Hands to Meyer. Meyer off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to Colbert in the corner, who fakes a three and starts to dribble. Passes to Sickles. This pass from Sickles to Robledo is stolen by Rayer. Vipers have it in the near court. Milet with the basketball, and it's out off of Sickles, out of bounds to the Vipers as he poked away a pass intended for, I believe that was intended for Brown. Hatch to inbound for the Vipers. Gets it to Chimera, then to Brown. 47-40 the score. Robledo out defensively on Brown. He'll get it to Hatch, then Chimera, back out to Brown. Over to Rayer. Deep right wing, 5:32. Hatch in the corner with the basketball, back out to Rayer. So Milik, and then to Hatch, who drives baseline, layup good. Nobody cut that drive off. 49-40. Vipers on top, 5:12 left on the clock. Colbert dribbles into the near court, and we get a timeout, Lions, with 5:09 on the clock.
Good timeout by Coach Bradley.
Yeah, you're going to have to settle them down here and reset a little bit. Again, the Lions have made several runs, and the Vipers have done a pretty good job of pushing it back out each time. But
They have. That last play there looked like the Lions thought he was going to pass it back out, and of course he kept it.
No one collapsed to help him, and he got an easy pathway to the baseline. And you know, along the baseline to the basket, you don't really want to give any easy baskets like that. And so, with 30 seconds left in this time, I'm ready to get going. 49-40 here in the fourth period.
Great atmosphere here tonight in the Den.
Yeah, it's been an excellent ball game from start to finish. Tight basketball, aggressive, clean play. You know, there's been some hard fouls, but they're not intentionally hard. It's just hard play. And it's from both teams. There's been a technical, a little bit of mouthing, but that happens when you're on the road and the road or the home crowd there is giving you the business. You can get a little frustrated, and so the Vipers get a tee earlier. Lions got their own as well. Sickles with the basketball now here. Right wing passes down to the corner to Colbert, drives baseline, pass to Meyer, blocked by Brown, and Robledo gets the rebound. He'll get it over to Meyer, then to Sickles. Lions reset. Robledo from the deep corner, off the iron, no good. Rebound Milet. He'll pass over to Brown. 4:38 and counting. Brown passes up to Rayer. He'll get it back to Brown. Brown starts his dribble. Backs back out. Meyer providing the defense on Brown. Brown starts to his left, backs back out. We're to 4:18. Brown drives by Meyer. Robledo helps out, and they're going to call him for a foul. Because all he kind of did was get his forearm out there. He needed to get out there and get set, take that charge, but it'll be a foul. Brown will go to the line. 49-40. First free throw attempt from Brown is good, and the Vipers have a 10-point lead.
Brown's been solid from the free throw line.
He's been solid all over. As advertised.
I jinxed him.
Yeah. Robledo with the rebound on that missed free throw. He dribbles into the near court, passes to Colbert, right wing. Colbert dribbles into the lane, passes back out to Sickles. Sickles over to Colbert, then to Youngblood. Youngblood gets it into Robledo inside the arch. He'll dribble back out to Sickles. He gets the defenders in the air, dribbles into the lane, gets Colbert cutting to the basket. He'll poke it over to Meyer and then to Youngblood, and then across court to Sickles, right wing. 3:44. Sickles, three-pointer, rattles around, in and out, no good. Hatch. Man, that was a good shot. Hatch with the rebound, just didn't fall. 50-40. Rayer with the basketball for the Vipers. He slows it up, 3:29. Meyer out defensively on Rayer. Count begins. Rayer drives past Meyer, and we're going to get a foul called on Youngblood. He barely touched him as Rayer tried to cut to the basket. Crowd, as I mentioned, he barely touched him. The crowd got a little loud there.
Little sound of disapproval there.
Yeah, they're not feeling the referees are dealing the lines a fair shake here late. That's the crowd's opinion. Everyone has one of those. Rayer knocks one down on the front end. It's 51-40. 3:20. I'm not going to finish the rest of that phrase. Second free throw is good, 52-40. Robledo with the basketball for the Lions. We're at 3:18 on the clock. He dribbles in the near court. Chimura providing defense for the Vipers. He'll pass over to Colbert. Colbert directing traffic, passes cross court to Youngblood. Youngblood passes back across court to Sickles. Sickles gets it inside the arc to Robledo, poked away from behind by Rayer. Chimura gets it up to Hatch, who gets it to Brown for the flush. 54-40 is the score. Colbert with the basketball. 2:45 on the clock. Lions working the ball around the arch. And we're going to have a foul on Hatch. Meyer, the one fouled. Lions still not in the single bonus, so they'll inbound from the sideline. Vipers with 6 team fouls, Lions with 9. 2:36 remains in the ball game. It's a 14-point Viper lead at this point. Still not out of reach, though. You just need to hit some shots and play a little defense. Plenty of time still on the clock.
We have the opportunity to make a little run.
Robledo will be inbounding. We're having a little bit of a delay as the referee wipes up some of the sweat there off the court. Got to keep everybody safe. Don't need any twisted ankles going in the second half of the season.
There's a lot of hustle and sweat going on out here tonight.
I'm sweating, and I've been sitting. 2:35, 54-40. Colbert with the basketball in the near court. Dribbles to his right, passes to Sickles. Sickles starts back left, passes down low to Colbert. Colbert backs out, kicks it around the arc to Robledo, and we got a timeout. Bradley with 2:21 in the Lions. Trying to probe that defense a little bit. The Vipers are playing pretty good defense this half. You know, give credit. You know, you think of the Vipers as an offensive team, but they've come out and played some pretty good defense here in the second half.
They have. They know we have some good three-point periphery shooters, and they're definitely watching that shot.
And they are. They're collapsing out on the shooters when someone drives. You know, you got one or two guys collapsing on the guy driving. When he kicks it out, you know, you hope that shooter's wide open. Well, the Vipers have done a good job of getting out there and getting a hand in the shooter's face. Hadn't really affected a whole lot of the line shots because they've done very well from behind the arc.
They have. We've done a good job tonight. Not too many turnovers to speak of.
Well, that's been a bugaboo of the Lions. If you're going to pick one area, it's unforced turnovers that have hurt the Lions in some of those early losses. Colbert with the basketball, gets it over to Youngblood. Youngblood dribbles into the arc. Over to Meyer, then to Sickles, to the corner with Colbert. Colbert dribbles baseline, tries to lay it up. Brown swats it away. he was very patient waiting for Colbert to shoot that. 2:07 on the clock. Vipers with the basketball in the near court. Brown loses the handle, picks up the dribble, passes to Chimera, back to Brown down the lane. Off the glass, good, as Meyer called for a foul. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. I mean, Lions a little bit out of position, nobody able to give Meyer any help. And Brown, too talented to let it have an open look at the basket like that.
Brown, just a tremendous player.
Being recruited by lots of D1 schools, including some of the Blue Bloods,
Yes,
as they
sir.
say, Carolina being one of those. 57-40 the score. Robledo, 2 Sickles, cross court to Colbert. Brown a senior, Robledo a junior. We'll get him back another season. Three-pointer from Youngblood in from the corner, no good off the iron. Brown rebound up to Chimera, cross to Hatch, layup good. As they work the fast break, and Lions taking desperate shots now, and the score's going to look worse than it actually was. 59-40 now the score. Cross court to Colbert. Colbert pulls up about a 12-footer. No good. Meyer rebound. Back to Sickles. Ball loose. Sickles gets it back. He's in the corner. Cross court to Youngblood. Poked away. Brown going to get another chance to flush one. And he does it on Meyer. They're going to call Brown for a technical. Are they going to wave off the basket? Brown not happy. His coach is giving him, telling him to get to the bench. 59-40 is the score. 1:12 on the clock. Coach Bradley giving the referees an earful.
It's been a good effort. Like you say, the score's not going to reflect it, but this game was a close game well into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's the score isn't indicative of how this game played out, and it's a rivalry, but you gotta respect your rivals to the point where you can't lash out, even if you're not happy with a call. Sickles knocks down the 2 technicals. 61-42 now the score. Lions will have the ball near the line bench, or no, cross court to inbound will be for the Lions Windsor. And he'll get it to Youngblood with 1:10 on the clock. Pass over to McVade. He misses the shot. Vipers get it up to Milet. They work it around, under a minute left. Chimera with the basketball. Cross to Ferroni, then to Chimera, over to Owens, back to Chimera, then to Ferroni. And the Lions and the Vipers look like they're content to let this clock run out as Burnett decides to go out on Chimera. He'll start his dribble and he'll kick it back over to Ferroni. Ferroni drives in, kicks it to Jordan. Jordan back out to Ferroni. We're at 20 seconds on the clock. Jordan with the basketball, gets it to Chimera, then Ferroni. 15 seconds, and they're just running it down here. And you see both sides are pouring out. And that's going to be the final as the teams let the clock run out. 61-42. Again, not indicative of how that game played out. And I think, for 3.5 quarters, coach is pretty pleased with the way that his team played, and, had a little bit of a tough stretch there towards the end. But, the Lions still in second place at 5-3.
Solid performance. Again, they're late in the game. It became a little difficult, but very competitive. They played a good game.
And that'll be the final score. Again, there's no game on Friday, so no broadcast, obviously, as it's a bye week. And then we'll get started with the second half of 13-6A play on Tuesday, a week from tonight, as Stony Point will pay a visit to the Lions Den. So we get 2 home games in a row.
We do. Look forward to it.
Yep. So, and you'll be here hopefully for me.
I'll be here.
All right.
I'll be here.
Tune in at that time. Otherwise, look for your other sporting, high school sports, basketball this time of year, football otherwise, and baseball as well on shnsports.com. Thanks for listening, and tune in next time.